Worry about the pump, not the pounds. When you do that, you're going to see growth a lot faster.
Are you ready?
What's up, Fortress Dwellers? It's Manny Brandon back with Manny's Fitness Fortress, the citadel of power. Guys, today we're going to talk about something very important, all right? How you need to check your ego at the gym door. Top 5 workout strategies to improve your fitness success. Check your ego at the door. We're going to get into all that right now. All right, guys. It's Manny Brandon back with Manny's Fitness Fortress, the citadel of power. Guys, I want to thank you for tapping in, all of you chiming in, watching my content. I really appreciate it. All my fitness, wellness, nutrition, and lifestyle content. So before we go any further, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so when I drop a new video, you'll be notified right away. You don't miss any content. I appreciate all of you guys for rocking with me these last 5 years. And if you're feeling generous, please hit the heart-shaped icon below the video and donate. All donations and proceeds go to more equipment and anything centered to creating more content for you guys. I really appreciate it. Share the video also. What we're going to get into today is something very, very important. You can maximize your workouts. You ever heard that term, less is more? You know, a lot of guys are about screaming, making noise, being seen in the gym. We don't do ego lifting, and that's one of the biggest culprits of diminishing your returns on your weight training journey, your fitness journey. So we're going to tell you how to check your ego at the door with these top 5 workout strategies. The first one, guys, number 1, worry about the pump, not the pounds. All right, so based on your previous reps and set ranges from a particular body part, if you're going in there the next week to train a particular body part, you know how many reps and sets you did the last week or earlier that week if you're doing twice a week. If you're barely getting 5 reps with a particular weight, you need to lower the weight, guys. Concentrate on the pump, not the pounds so much, right? If you got 275 on the bench, 250, 200, and you're getting 5 reps maximum intensity, struggling with it, and let's say it's your first set, you need to lighten the weight and build up to that. All right, you need to lighten the weight because ultimately, if you're getting 5 reps with 250, barely getting it, and you're choosing that as your first set, lightening the weight to like, let's say 200 pounds, bang that out, 10, 12 reps, then go up to 225, and then hit 250 or 260. You have to adjust the weight to maximize your pump, because really that's where your gains are going to come from. Blood flow, get that pump. All right, worry about the pump, not the pounds. Worry about the pump, not the pounds. When you do that, you're going to see growth a lot. Worry about the pump, not the pounds. When you do that, you're going to see growth a lot faster. You're going to tear down the muscle. You're going to be more sore. Your pump is going to be insane. And as you pyramid up, you can, add more weight. You'll still have the same pump because that's really based on your first 1 or 2 sets. So I'm all about training heavy and intense, but get that pump. In fact, if you're hitting 7 to 12 reps and you don't have a pump, then you're doing something wrong. Manipulate your hand position, the form, the way you're doing the exercise, your breathing. Get that pump. Worry about the pump, not the pounds. All right. Strategy number 2, to check your ego at the door, the gym door. Worry about watching your form, not about who's watching you. A lot of times, especially with ego lifting, guys get in the gym, even in some girls, especially in powerlifting and advanced bodybuilding, we're lifting the weights. There is such a thing as cheat curls and things like that, but a lot of people do it with the intention of worrying about who's watching them and with the intention of seeking attention and getting noticed, getting seen, being seen, heaving up weight, bouncing barbells off your chest, squatting and screaming, terrible form with minimal reps. Instead of working up, usually when you work up to a heavy weight, your form is usually better, or it's good. Your form is good on the lighter weights. So as you increase pyramid up in weight, you can kind of gauge yourself, your foot positioning, your breathing, and your form has a better, more likely chance of staying good, staying really crisp as you increase the weight. All right. So don't worry about who's watching you. If you can't bench, 500 pounds, so what? If you can do that 150 to 200 pounds with a good form, squeezing at the top, getting that pump action, tucking your elbows in and getting a real pump, bringing the bar down on a particular part of chest, like right across the sternum, you hit those key markers that you need to perform our exercise correctly. For bench press, you want to put the bar a certain way. When you grab the bar, if it has it, you want to grab and search for the threads and make sure your hands, your fingers are in the same position on both sides of the bar, the same amount of space from those threads, because that's a measuring tool, so that the bar won't be unbalanced and you'll have adequate, perfect distance and balance with the bar. That's very important. I've seen so many people that hold the bar and the threads are right here with their right hand, and on the left hand the threads are over here. So that's a very important key marker. Worry about your form and the positioning of the equipment and your body part that you're working. Don't worry about who's watching you. Worry about watching your form. Don't worry about who's watching you. That's number 2. All right. Number 3, use a spotter when necessary, guys. All right. It doesn't make you a simp or weak or, like a bum or somebody that's like it's not like you're not cool if you don't use a spotter. Spotters are necessary whether you're benching 135 sometimes, or if you're benching 500. Squatting, benching, deadlifting, a lot of compound movements, overhead presses. It just maintains a sense of security and safety. Now, when you're doing the exercise, if you're in your first couple sets, you can get through the movement with several reps fairly easy. The spotter is just there for a precaution, okay? As a matter of fact, let's say this is the bar. All right, you're bench pressing. His hand should be underneath the bar just like this, fingers or whatever. Not even touching it, just hovering right underneath the bar. So in case you need help, you can tap it the same time simultaneously on both sides of both hands. The spotter is just there for assistance, all right? It's not to give too much help, not too much. You want to be, being a spotter is an art form. You want to do just enough assistance and not too much, all right? Spotters will help you keep in the groove, especially when the weight gets difficult. You can leverage the weight up for the person lifting. Just tap, just to give them just enough to keep the weight going so you can still maintain that same amount of stress on the muscle. You give them too much, the stress lets off. You give them too little, you can't keep it going. You can't keep the momentum going. You got to be there to apply just the right amount of assistance. All right. And don't be afraid. A lot of guys, want to get the bench up, curling their back all up in the air and twisting, afraid to ask for a spotter. Get a spotter. Even with machines, you're going to force reps, you're hitting it to failure. Get a spotter to tap and just slowly add just enough, whether you're doing seated machine presses, anything, to give you just enough assistance to get those extra reps, extra 5-6 reps. So a spotter is very invaluable on free weight and machines. All right, don't knock that. All right, use a spotter when needed. All right, guys. Now, number 4, implement machines with your free weight training. All right. There's so many people. There's a big argument like machines versus free weight. What's better? Neither. They're both useful tools. You can max out and build mass with machines. You can max out and build mass with free weight equipment. All right. You can get stronger with machines. you can get stronger with free weight equipment. They're both applicable and both useful when combined. The benefits of both is a machine is on a strict single path. All right, it's in a groove, so there's less chances of injury. You can really work out the muscle with a lot of machines without a spotter, just to do the weight. Like I said, a spotter is useful even with machines for forced reps to keep it going, but you don't really need a spotter. Machine keeps it in a groove, like in a Smith machine. You're in a groove, so your body's built a certain way that can kind of, it's malleable. You can fix your positions are a little bit different than the next 10 guys. Your bone structure is different. Your arc is different, your shoulder width, your girdle, everything's a little different. So you kind of adapt and reposition yourself according to your height and everything, as according to the Smith machine or like the incline press. But Smith machine, you got seated chest machines, any type of machines, seated leg curls. It's on a fixed position. It's on a groove, so you control the weight. All right, you can control the weight much better with machines. All right, and there's a better chance of isolation, especially with isolateral machines. You can really isolate the muscle. With weights, with our free weights, all right, you activate more stabilizing muscles. So you can tend to, if you took two studies and had guys do the same body part and similar exercises, one free weight, one machines, you tend, all things being equal, you will tend to build more muscle fibers, build the muscle faster, because you have to recruit more stabilizer muscles when you use free weights. All right, it's not on a fixed groove. Barbell bench press, you have to balance it, stabilize it with muscles around the shoulders, and then push it up also. So that's a benefit of free weights. Stabilizer muscles come into play. There's a greater chance in helping to build more advantageous as far as building more muscle fibers at the same time with the same amount of reps as opposed to machines. So when you combine them, I believe you get the best of both worlds. So don't knock either one, combine them. Use machines when available. Use them both. Implement machines with your free weights. All right. The last thing, guys, number 5, is very important and not bringing your ego into the gym. Stretch. You must stretch. All right. Especially with guys that are doing heavy deadlifts, heavy squats, heavy bench presses, heavy back movements, barbell rows, T-bar rows, and even your arms, like your shoulder stretch. Your behind the neck shoulder stretch, this is one of them. All right. Straddle squats, even split Bulgarian split squats without weights is a good stretch. Sit on the floor, pull your knees up, past your stomach, press them. That's a stretch, a great stretch for your lower back and glutes. Actually, squatting down all the way down so your butt touches your ankles to the ground. That's a great stretch for your lower back, your glutes. Standing up, bending down in a RDL position, and then straightening your knees and going down and trying to touch the floor and holding it for 10 to 20 seconds. That's a great stretch. Those are stretches that are great for any type of leg movements, hamstring leg, squat, any movements involving the lower back. I always stretch out my lower back when I do squats, deads, anything like that. Stretching allows the fascia tissue over top of the muscle to be elastic, to be more malleable, and also allows more fluid to get in the muscle more readily, as you should be drinking more water, extra water, my belief, in between each sets, not just during the workout, in between each set. So stretching the muscle allows the fascia tissue to expand and increases blood flow. It's nothing but benefits. Blood flow, increased water hydration, all right, and prepares the muscle for what's to come. Stretching, lightweight for the warm-up, and then you're good to go. So stretching and warm-up, same thing. You got a movement you're doing, especially if it's a free weight movement. Use very lightweight and rep out. I don't care what it is. I don't care how heavy you're going. I always start out with any barbell movement, typically with 135. Unless it's arms, I might start with the 45 bar and 225 if I'm doing barbell curls. Anything else, any other movement, that I'm using a 45-pound bar for. I start the movement out with 145 on each side, 135. That's my warm-up. It might be 10 reps, it might be 15. But that's a great injury prevention technique, guys. All right, those are 5 great strategies to not go into the gym with your ego. Leave your ego at the gym door. All right, thanks for watching. Tune in for the next video. Tell me what you want to see next: nutrition, fitness, wellness, lifestyle, and we're going to keep this thing growing. I appreciate you guys. Please donate and keep this upgraded. You know, I'll be allowed to do a lot more upgraded things and more equipment. That's to buy new cameras, tripods, all that stuff, software. So I thank you guys. If there's anything you need help with, just DM me, ask a question, and I'll be here for all your questions. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Booyah!
Ready?